All right, we return to the morning show with Terry. Joining us, we have 5 Seconds of Summer.
Hey.
Thanks, guys, for joining. This is awesome that you guys have made time to be on the show. So I'll first of all thank you guys for taking the time here.
Thanks for having us.
Let's begin with some of your influences. You guys kind of got big on YouTube first, kind of doing cover things. Tell us first about some of the music that influenced you and why you chose some of the covers you did to do, because I mean there's a lot of 80s stuff in there and stuff that I'm assuming was probably big before you guys were playing instruments and whatnot. Where did all that come from?
The cool thing about this band that I find really cool is that before we were even a band, we had a lot of different influences, just on our personal lives. Michael was very classic rock, metal almost. And a bit of rap.
Classic metal rap.
Classic metal rap. I had a lot of R&B. What were your early influences?
I like everything. Pretty much everything. I didn't like anything in particular.
Okay.
In fact, I don't even like music, to be honest.
Just here for the But yeah, we really like to keep our minds open with music.
Okay.
And try to kind of delve into the different ages of music, which is why we do cover some older songs.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you guys kind of hit big pretty quickly. I don't know if you guys feel the same way that you did, or do you feel like you really have paid your dues, or do you feel like you jumped in pretty quickly?
We always say that, like from like an outside perspective, when you look at like how we came to be like a pretty popular band within like maybe like 3 years of when we started.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems like a really like short amount of time, because like some bands work for like a long time, but for us it was kind of like we were working pretty much every single day within those like 3 years, and like we were just touring like non-stop. Like we still haven't stopped since basically we started. And so it kind of feels like it's been a long time for us, and it's we're not really like, I think the paying your dues thing is kind of like it's kind of weird that like when we started it was like people would be like, oh, you didn't tour in a van and like sleep in a blah blah blah, like we got that thing, and it was like we did all that around Australia like at first. That wasn't that like we weren't big then, so that's why people didn't know about it. What I mean? So it's like,
right. So yeah. It was still intensive. That's for sure. I'm sure that's what you're getting at. You guys, first time here to Taiwan. So let me ask you this: what did you know about Taiwan before coming here? Did you know anything about Taiwan at all, or was it
we have a security guard who's from here.
Okay.
He lived in the jungle, he said.
Okay.
When he was 16 and he went to school here, so we definitely have heard some stories, but but that's the fun of it, right?
Yeah.
Coming here and just experiencing it firsthand, and the bands that have the balls to actually come to, out of their comfort zone, I think are the best bands, So I'm really stoked to be here, and so the band,
Excellent.
That's what it's about for us, being like a global band. We don't want to just be segregated to one zone, We want to really influence our fans wherever they are, Like we just went to China for the first time, and that was different for us, that's
right.
for sure. And all these places are new and weird to us, so it's like, it's awesome.
Yeah, that kind of leads right into my next question, which was, you guys have been all over the world. Are there any places or experiences that really, from a traveling perspective and touring perspective, have stuck out? Either for the good, the bad, the neutral. Any place stick out?
I mean, the main focus, you can always pick, good things and bad things out of places, but the main thing is the purpose that you're there is just because you got fans there,
Mm-hmm.
And I think the world today is really becoming more westernized everywhere, and so our actual fans, especially because of the internet, actually they're all very similar in the way that they converse with our band online and everything like that. So we aren't actually, all our fans are actually quite similar.
Right.
Everywhere. I don't think we've ever been to a place and gone, wow, like the fans are like, we have middle-aged men fans here or something like that. Like, just because it's grown online, and
it's a pretty constant demographic.
It's pretty constant, but it's also teenagers and stuff all have the same issues. They all, you know, and that's who our band speaks to.
Yeah, right.
we're aware of that. So
Yeah, excellent. Just being here in Taiwan for the first time, I know you don't have a lot of time in these places sometimes, but is there anything that has struck you, either maybe from the fans online or from the the meet and greet that you done? Is there anything? Does it still blow your mind that you come to this place that you don't know anything about, and people know your music and they're screaming and this sort of thing? Is there anything that you'll take away from Taiwan to this point?
yeah, I mean, we're playing to like 1,000 people tonight, which is going to be great, and for our first time here, I'm so happy with that. You need to put it in perspective sometimes, and like our first show in Australia, we played to 12 people. Like it shows that I don't know, like that we can go anywhere in the world, even Taiwan, and people still come to a show, and it's so awesome. The first thing that stuck out was probably they're so polite and so beautiful towards us when we got to the airport, and they handed us things, and they were just so grateful that we actually made the effort to come, and that's just, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. People being grateful rather than sticking their fingers up at you when you don't get a picture with everyone.
Right.
It's really cool that they're just grateful that we're here and we're going to play some music, and then
excellent.
It's awesome.
Excellent. Let's talk about the success of the last record. You guys, I assume, are probably going to be touring for a while yet on the strength of the record, but you've come pretty far, as we said. We talked right off the beginning, 3 years, 4 years, you guys, and you're as big as anybody. It has afforded you a lot of really cool experiences, I'm sure. For maybe each of you can speak. What's the coolest thing that has happened as a result? Maybe you've met somebody. Maybe it was
I think the recording process and the writing process for the last album for me was a very special thing. Seeing live strings being played by the London Symphony Orchestra on the album was huge. I'll never forget that. I think we sat in the actual the live room and just kind of listened, and were just like kind of blown away. So that's a memory I'll never forget. What
I'm trying to think. We've done so much that like I can barely. That Von sandwich that I had one time. No, we went to like back when when our first album came out in 2014. We were up for like a bunch of awards at different award shows, and I remember at the American Music Awards we won Best New Artist, and that for some reason really sticks out to me. I don't know why. That was just such an awesome experience. And then we went back there and we saw like a bunch of the like new artists from 2015, and it was just cool to think that like we were in that category. For me, I don't know why that's one that sticks out for me, but that's just like you can only be a new artist once, and we managed to get Best New Artist. So that was amazing for me.
Yeah, a lot of firsts that way. Anything else for you that sticks out? Maybe anything at all?
Yeah, man. Probably just the people that have influenced you become friends, and that's really cool. And that's also really important, because when you meet people who you look up to, sometimes they're not what you expected, but sometimes they're even better. And that's the best part.
Right.
So I've definitely met a lot of my favorite drummers and singers and songwriters, and converse with them and just learning. It's all about learning, and it's all about carrying the torch, and that's why it's cool to meet people you look up to.
Let's talk about the future just a little bit. You guys, as I said, touring on the strength of this record, but what does the future hold in terms of maybe a record? When are you going to get back into the studio? Are you constantly writing? How are you kind of preparing for the future?
We said to ourselves this year we really wanted to just enjoy our touring, because we've never really done that. We've kind of been on the move, and we've been doing promotion / touring / making albums / everything else we can possibly do and fit into a 24-hour day or whatever. So this year we're like just enjoying, playing shows, and that's the best part of what we get to do, and affecting people. And that's brilliant. We're traveling, we're doing what we love and what we set out to do in the beginning. We're also songwriting. We always songwrite, and we also we're planning on doing a little bit of evolving musically this year. So it's exciting.
All right. Last question then, just before we go. If you had to pick one 5 seconds of summer song, what would it be? What is there a defining song at this point?
Individually, probably all different.
Is this because this is the song that you...
Yeah, that's where I'm going with all this.
Jet Black Heart?
You sure can.
Can we do that one?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, then, I tell you what, just to wrap this all up, I'll say thanks so much for joining us here on the morning show, and I'll let you intro the tune.
Okay,
How's that?
Cool. That sounds amazing. That sounds even better than what I planned.
All right. Intro the tune for us, 5 Seconds of Summer, Jet Black Heart,
Hey, we're 5 Seconds of Summer, and this is our song, Jet Black Heart.
on ICRT FM 100.